Hey guys, this is Benji with Slow Travel Cost and just wanted to do a quick video about we're excited because we are now officially inside of 4 months from starting our slow travel vacation. Maybe not vacation, our slow travel retirement. So it's not so much a vacation anymore. I think it's just who we are and what we're going to be doing. But I wanted to kind of go over everybody, really just to get our timeline and how we are doing this and what we're doing as we are now, 120 days away from leaving. So our flight out of the United States is August 25th. So we're now officially inside that 4 month window, and this is what we're doing. The main thing that we are doing is we now have our houses up for sale. It's on the market. If anybody's looking for a house, no, I'm joking. But it's up for sale. We've got it staged. It's all ready to go. We hope it sells fast. We hope it sells for a lot because that means we get better retirement, I guess. Stay at a better Airbnb or something. Fly first class. But no, more realistic is that that's what we're doing. That's what we're focusing on. But we also are still in the process of getting rid of a lot of our stuff. And one thing that you'll find is that you think it's easy to kind of get rid of your stuff, and you're like, man, we have great stuff. Everybody would want this. And in reality, most people don't. Like, we have a couch that we love that we spent, I don't know, $3,000, $4,000 on, and we think it's the greatest. And we ask our kids, and they're just like, nah, no thanks, I'm good. You're like, what about our kitchen table? I'm sure you want that. Our dining room table? No, we're good. So that's one thing I think you have to get rid of in your head, is that this getting rid of this stuff is going to be so easy because everybody's going to want it because we have great taste and we have great things. You're like, no, you probably don't. You think it's great, right? It's kind of like what they're selling the house right now. We look at our house and go, how can everybody not love this house so much? This is going to sell so fast. And now we're a week into it and we're like, why hasn't anybody given us an offer yet? Don't they know how great this is? So keep that in mind, as all that stuff probably tends to take longer than you think. We're in Kansas City, so it's not like we're some hotbed, San Francisco or New York, and things are just, flying, off of realtor.com. So it takes a little bit longer. So we're also getting other things in line. Now we already have our passports. We already had, TSA pre-check, all that, but we're getting our global entry stuff just because from talking to other people and seeing videos, that's a good thing to get. Skip a few lines here and there when you can. So the last thing I want to do is, be stuck in some 3-hour line and miss some flight or whatever, just get delayed when you can spend $120 and get the global entry and not have to worry about that. So we're doing some of that. We're digitizing a lot of things, a lot of our paperwork and memories and those kind of things we are scanning in, and so that we have all that kind of stuff. But I think the main thing that we're doing now is probably less of moving things or donating things or giving them away or selling them. Now we have sold some things. We have some cars. I have a little bit of a car problem of like classic BMWs. So we had quite a few of them. So we're getting rid of those. And we had an RV, and we're getting rid of that. Not like a fancy one that you like drive and it's big and huge. We just had a pull behind that my wife would use sometimes. To be honest, I am not a fan of that. That's just not my thing. I think camping is staying in a cheap Airbnb. So I'm just not a camper. So we're getting rid of that. So we're getting rid of some of the bigger things that we don't need. We can't get rid of too much because we are staging the house to get it sold. Now, once you get an offer and get it, something under contract, then we'll probably start moving more things and really start getting rid of some items, donating them, and getting to people that. There are some people. Don't think we just have a bunch of trash around here. There are some people that have said, "Hey, when you move, we'll take that. I want that end table, or I want that picture, or whatever it is." Things that we're getting rid of, people do want to get, but at that point, then we can start doing that. And we've gotten a lot of help from Jen's sister, and she's used a lot of things from her house, which is a really big, fancy house. And so she's helped a lot with getting us a lot of things for staging. So we'll have to get those back to her. She doesn't live in town. She lives a couple hours away, so we got to get that to her. So we're still just getting ready, but I feel like we're kind of in this like limbo period. Before now, it felt like it's this cool idea and it's so fun, and I can't wait till we start doing it. And now we're like tiptoeing into that time of, hey, we're getting ready to go and we're starting to get rid of things, but not really. I mean, we are, because the house is for sale and we're not buying another house. Like, we're getting rid of it and we're not having a home. We're going to rent Airbnbs when we come back into the States, wherever we stay. We don't know. I'm assuming we'll come back to Kansas City because our kids are here. But who knows? We might decide we're going to go to Glacier National, or, someplace that we want to go, because we still want to travel more in, North America. There's places in the United States we haven't seen. There's places in Canada. There's places in Mexico that we still want to go, and Bahamas, or Caribbean more. So there's still a lot of that kind of stuff that we want to do, but we're kind of saving that, we hope, for when we're a little older and maybe can't travel as far, as easy, right? As we get older, it gets a little harder. So knock on wood, we stay healthy and we can travel where we want for quite a few years. So I just wanted to give this quick update, really, just to say, hey, we're inside of 4 months. The house is for sale. We're getting all of our kind of travel documents, together. We are making sure we have our, TSA and the global entry kind of stuff, but we're still waiting, right? I think the next step is when the house is going to get sold. When the house gets sold and we have to start moving out, it closes and we're either living, we don't know. It depends on the timeline of everything. We might, if there's a month or so, we'll probably rent an Airbnb here in Kansas City. If it's shorter than that, we'll probably just move in with Jen's sister. They have a house here in town that their kids kind of use when they come in town. And we might just move in there if it's just, 3 weeks or 4 weeks until we leave. So we don't know where we're headed. So we are kind of going to be nomads, but it's kind of exciting. It's kind of fun to not know, like, hey, it just depends on when somebody buys this house, assuming they actually somebody buys this house. But it's also, we know that every week that goes by, we're getting closer and closer and closer. So we're excited. We can't wait. We actually wish it was tomorrow. Like, anytime we go out to dinner, we're always saying, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be done. I'm done with a lot of the stuff that we have left is kind of just going to be boring and packing and moving and getting rid of it. And then once the house is gone and we're finished, like, we're just kind of waiting. We're just sitting. So we're excited, but that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of we're inside 4 month update, and we'll talk to you on the next video. See you guys.